Katrina Chantel. For those of you who do not know me, I'm so excited to be finally tackling this topic of sabotage, self-sabotage, because sometimes people share things and they're like, this is something I used to struggle with. This is something that I currently struggle with. So we are doing this journey together. Self-sabotage, for those of you who do not know, or you might not even recognize it in yourself, it's pretty much you are jeopardizing your own success. And this happens all the time, even with New Year's approaching, right? You write down a whole bunch of resolutions and then by March, life looks as per usual. And so the whole idea with self-sabotage is doing actions contrary to what it is that you say that you want. So we're gonna dissect how you can beat self-sabotage in your life. So the first thing is identifying the fear. So typically why you self-sabotage is because of fear. So whether that's fear of looking stupid, fear of being exposed, fear of letting yourself down, all these different things. And when it comes to self-sabotage or even acting contrary to what it is that you say you want, it's really self-preservation. It's trying to protect yourself, trying to keep yourself safe. And so whenever you're trying to move in the direction of goals or growth or any of that, it's like you're trying to protect yourself from failing or not achieving that. It's good to get really specific about and sit with yourself and just think, okay, what am I really afraid of? And a huge one is this thought of who do you think you are? So there's like the old self and the self that you're growing into. And so there can be this thought that says, who do you think you are, to go after that? Or who do you think you are? Or don't you remember last year? And these thoughts that try to keep you small and cause you to shrink back. And so it's identifying what the root of that is and what the lie is that's dominant in your mind. Most people will deal with those shrinking thoughts that are really trying to protect you, that are wanting to keep you small, keep you safe, keep you comfortable. And the only difference is there's some people who adhere to that voice and go, you're right, I won't even try. And there's some people that go, watch me. So it's just how you respond to that voice. One practice that's really been helpful for me is writing down all those shrinking thoughts or lies that come in my mind and writing truth that correlates with that lie. Truths like, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Truths like, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Replacing lies with truth. Okay, the second thing is to study your pattern. You want to look into past behavior. So this is a quote that I just say in general, like, believe patterns, not promises. And it goes the same thing for yourself. So you're not going to believe your promises, you're going to believe your pattern. So what are the things that you are consistently doing? For example, you might be saying that you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, or you want to stop being broke, but the actions that you're consistently doing is eating out, always spending money when you're going out with friends, buying frivolous things every single day. And so the actions aren't lining up to what it is that you say you want. So what I would do is write down patterns. So write down the things that you're doing that are counterintuitive to what you say you want, whether that's ranking up your credit card or sleeping in late, You always say, like, you want to not rush in the mornings, or you want to use the morning times to write your book or whatever it is, but then you snooze. So all these little things that are counterintuitive to what it is you say you want. So once you know your pattern, that's when you can do step 3, which is creating a counter plan. But you want to start very simply. So when it comes to self-sabotage, is you want to strengthen your trust in what it is that you say. So often there's a gap between what we say we want and what it is that we do. And you want to try to minimize that gap as much as possible by keeping your promises to yourself. So you want to start really small. Sometimes, and this, I'm guilty of this, I'll come up with an elaborate color coordinated plan, which is really just another method of self-sabotage because it's not realistic. It's not realistic over the long haul, or it's a huge jump that it's like I'm setting myself up to failure. Then that's the cycle. Then you fail and your mind tells yourself, see, you shouldn't have tried. And then the cycle repeats. So what you want to do is you want to create a foolproof plan. You want to start with one thing, even though there might be 12 things that you're wanting to change, 12 things that you feel like you need to get in order. Start with the one thing that you think will have the most impact. Start with one thing that you're like, I know I can do this. Start as small as possible and just consistently do that one thing and keep your promise to yourself and tell yourself, this is something that I'm gonna do. It's one thing that I'm promising myself, and make it ridiculously achievable. Especially if self-sabotage is a really big deal for you, it's better to start with something really small. So let's say you want to lose weight, like I said, or you want to build strength or whatnot. Right now, before even getting to your goal, the main goal is being able to keep a promise to yourself. So it might be telling yourself, you know what, right before bed, I'm going to do 5 push-ups every day, which in the grand scheme of things might not seem like a big deal, but you're really wanting a compound effect of keeping your promise to yourself and building confidence in your own word, and then it's gonna build momentum and it's gonna take off from there. I know for me, one thing that I did was setting a bedtime and sticking to it over a course of time, because I would always talk myself. I'd be like, one more thing, or once this is done, and then, you know, it's 3 a.m. So you want to study your pattern and then find out a plan that's really going to counteract the thing that you know you typically fall into. Okay, another tip is getting an accountability partner. So it's good to get someone else who has maybe a similar goal, or who maybe wants to grow or whatever in their own way, and kind of syncing your goals together. So accountability is a great way, because sometimes it's like easy to let yourself down because you're the only one who knows about these promises you've made, but letting someone in on it and syncing your dreams together, it's kind of like you don't want to disappoint a group of people or other people. So finding out what motivates you. Another thing that you can do is putting it out there publicly, what it is that you say you're going to do, and making a verbal commitment. But again, the whole thing is we want to minimize the gap between what we say we'll do and what we do. So for other people, it's the opposite. You keep telling everyone all the things that you're going to do, but you never do them. And so you can wait under that pressure of, oh, I don't want to tell them that again and not do it, or you feel embarrassed because you told them 5 times and now they don't even believe you. So you want to cut out all of that noise and again start very, very small. I hope these tips help you. I hope you feel empowered and encouraged to tackle self-sabotage. Honestly, just prove that voice wrong, because you are more than capable. And so just start small. Build momentum. Don't feel like you need to do the whole trajectory perfectly. That's another thing I wanted to share, and that's something that I've done. It's like you want to hit a whole home run every time, and so if you can't do beginning to end in one shot, it's like you don't even want to do it. But sometimes it's better to just track base by base rather than trying to get a home run all at once. So I just want to encourage you with that forward movement is good movement, and it's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. Process often isn't. So I just want to encourage you to move forward little by little, and it'll be worth it. All right, stay blessed. Mwah!